Howdy there, folks and cowpokes, and today we have a recommendations podcasty thing for the Steam Winter Sale 2023 edition. And I am joined once again by Dan.
Bonjour, bonjour. I have to say, before we actually get started, the little pixel art thingy-majig that the sales always bring about, they're just really nice to look at, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's a really nice little.
they've been commissioning a very nice pixel art for the past year.
Do you
But
know who they're by?
no, it does not say. I mean, we could look it up, but I think it would be better if I started insulting you first, as is customary. Now, I say insulting you, but I found a greater target already by the name of Payday 3, also known as install a massive file and then it doesn't work. You cannot get into a game. At least when I tried playing it on launch day, and I'm not gonna come back to it for like another year because holy shit, why did it release in the state it did? Horrible. Payday 2 is genuinely one of my favorite games still. I still stop by it like often. So the fact that Payday 3 comes out and immediately just fucking puts egg on my face for being a Payday fan. Horrible. Anyways.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, Payday 3. I haven't played any of the Payday games, so this is just Melody dunking on popular developer. Fair enough. And
Deservedly so.
I'm looking. Yeah.
Fuck you, Payday 3.
I wanted to bring up.
Okay, please go ahead.
I wanted to bring up the game that we brought up last time, Lords of the Fallen.
Why?
We still haven't played.
Neither of us have
Still
played this
haven't
game. It is now $39 US dollars.
Yeah, it's put over here, and people are starting to review it more positively than they did before.
70%,
This
which is 1% off of being mixed in recent reviews. But yes, it is.
No, but it was mixed, and now it's mostly positive.
No, that's recent
So
reviews.
you know,
That's
yeah, I
just
know,
recent.
That's what I'm talking about. It was mixed on both last time. But it was mixed on both last time.
Yeah, but it's only 1% off of being mixed again in both. I don't think this is like a staggering
Hey, but,
improvement.
But it's an improvement, Mel. Progress. We like progress. We're progressive people. We push forward. It's good, right?
Yeah, like, oh god, maxed out volume on that. I'm in favor of progressions to the grave. For you. No. That is a very, very, like, awkward, heady way of saying I hope you die. What the fuck? Anyways.
This is the level of professionals we work with at the Melody Jet Learner channel.
Yes.
Only the best.
Insulting my best friend for no reason. Let's go. So actual games that we've played, we'll be starting with that, I promised your viewers, faster than we did last time because I'm in control for once in my life now.
Yes. Also, I did not prepare a list at all, so it's just gonna be Melody talking and me like pretending to, oh yeah, look at this game, it looks cool.
You could talk about games we've played on the channel that are on sale. I've saved those for you. But I need to talk about retouring. Now, retouring is spelled like, I'm gonna send it to you over Discord. Now, I received a review code for this game from the developer, and it is a first-person puzzler in the vein of kind of like Portal, but it is more like coding-based. Like you basically, in the trailer is showing like the, basic, some of the basic
This looks like
coding.
Witness more than Portal. It looks
No.
very much like the Witness.
It is not like The Witness.
Is it not?
For one thing, it is not pretentious. It's actually funny. And also, it's not developed by Jonathan Blow, the most fucking obnoxious person in human history. Jonathan Blow got what Phil Fish got what Jonathan Blow deserves.
Oh god.
But yeah, retouring is
Right.
delightful. I love the hell out of it. It is so smoothly designed. And it's also a solo dev project.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, also it's not like a bunch of basic line puzzles either. Like you actually have to think about things. Believe it or not, in a puzzle game. Regardless, do you have any recommendations, like for instance, Screen Cheat?
I could recommend, like, Screen Sheet, and I probably will, but I also want to mention that while I was searching for retouring, Returning to Mia showed up in my search box, and I clicked that. Do not click it in front of your viewers.
No, why? What the hell have you done? Risk of Rain returns. Returnal is at $40, which is neat. But also, that's a AAA game, so actually we shouldn't be covering it. No.
As opposed to the Triple D thing that I've tried to... Anyway, Screen Sheet. It's a great game. We've played this like a few times on our channel. It is very... I said our channel because I have part
a couple of times.
But it is terrific. It is... Yeah. Have we only played it twice?
Yes.
No, not this again.
A first look and sure, like, a deeper delve. You got Tony Abboted.
Was Screen Sheet one of the games that we played 3 times and you only recorded 2 of them or something?
No.
Because that has happened before.
No, it hasn't, and...
No, that happened with Vampire Survivor.
No.
Not Vampire Survivor. Vampire Slayer.
No,
Vampire
it didn't.
Slayer: The Resurrection.
We did not do that 3 times. We did that once. Come on. Anyways.
I don't know.
Explain...
Yeah, no, Screen Sheet. Okay. Essentially, it's an FPS game built on the idea of screen cheating, which is like a couch co-op tactic where you look at the other person's like little split screen and like determine where they are from that. So if you do that in person, it's the most in like a regular FPS game, it's cheating, hence screen cheating. But like this is the only way, other than like a few other like small bits and bobs here, that you can determine where your opponent is in screen cheat. And because of that, it's just an absolute ton of fun.
Indeed.
It uses the concept incredibly well. Because of like how wide the fire ranges for most of the weapons, like lag doesn't play a factor at all because you don't need to be like pitch perfect with your aiming. So it's very good, a lot of fun.
Rest in peace, Samurai Punk.
Are they gone too?
I already told you this before. They closed
yeah,
voluntarily.
Killbug.
Yes. But yeah.
Just to mention, Killbug is also off. Killbug has a 35% promotion as well.
But we already talked about it, so I'm not showcasing it. Go watch the last one. Give me more views, dear viewer. And also so that we're not wasting the time of anyone who's actually... or who has watched the previous videos on this. In this little series.
Yeah, this is true. We do have multiple views on that channel.
We do.
Video at least. Yeah, we have 13 views. Look at that. 13 people.
Listen, that's because we posted it like the last 2 days of the sale. We're recording this now the first day of the sale. So we're much better off in terms of being on topic with this. But,
Exactly. Please do watch that video so you can see me not recommend Red Dead Redemption 2 for 10 minutes.
yeah, basically he just took like 10 minutes of our recording to shit on a game instead of recommending it. Unlike some people who will start the video off and immediately start doing that. Anyways, my next recommendation is Capital Punishment 22XX. It's spelled like Das Kapital.
Does it have anything to do with communism?
Yes.
Punishment 22XX. I remember you doing a video on this. This is a terrific game.
Yes.
It looks very cool.
And also, a Girl Stream Team did a video on it after I hooked them up with review code for it as well. It is now $1.24. Go fucking buy Capital Punishment. Or, Capital Punishment.
Oh, wow.
Fuck. Basically, you beat up cops in, a Robopunkish feature. Also, I just realized one of the fictional corporations is named Molyneux. Lol. It's,
Named what?
It's called Molyneux, like Peter Molyneux. But yeah.
I know the Molyneux, like the Molyneux in Wolverhampton, England. But never mind. Move ahead.
But yeah, this is a beat 'em up platformer. I'm gonna ignore your bullshit. The combat is so fucking nice. The music is phenomenal. It's by the publisher of Carl and the developer of A Robot Named Fight. I was spacing out on the name of it. But yeah, it's in early access, Capital Punishment is. And it is just fantastic. Like, absolutely get in on the ground floor of this game. It fucking kicks ass. And it's got like an arcade mode too, besides the story mode. It kicks ass. And it's got leaderboards and shit. Awesome. Love it. Do you have any actual recommendations this time, Dan?
Maybe, because there's a game called Carl, which you just mentioned. I was just looking at it, and it looks very fun.
It is.
Only 18 people have reviewed it, but it looks like throwback to Cave Story and the old adventure games, only to the thingy bob at the bottom.
It's a lot like a Mega Man-ish kind of. The music is fucking phenomenal.
The
in
art
this
style
game.
and music looks like it, yeah.
You can hear the music. But yeah, this is a solo developed, published by Morningstar Game Studio, who are really cool.
Andrew Kennedy is the solo dev behind it. I'm guessing he also did the soundtrack because it's under his name.
Correct.
But yeah.
But yeah, it's
cool stuff.
It's delightful. I love Carl. I love how you immediately were like, recommendations. let me get Melody to recommend something for me.
Hey, if it works, it works, right?
Well then, if you want to play that game, Swordship is my next recommendation. Half Sword. I'm gonna have to look into that later.
How do I pick you up this one?
Swordship, it's all one word.
Swordship.
But yeah, this game is fucking kick-ass. It is a shmup where there's...
a demo.
Yeah, it's a shmup with no shooting. You avoid the enemy's attacks and get them to kill each other.
Did you call a shoot 'em up a shmup?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what they're called.
You know, you do you.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's literally the nickname for shmup or shoot 'em ups is shmup.
Did people actually call them shmups?
Yes, type in fucking...
You didn't make that one up?
Type in shmup. It comes up with a bunch of fucking games because that's what they've always been called for literal decades at this point. What are you talking about?
Oh, it comes up on like Wikipedia, damn.
Yes.
Shoot 'em up, also known as a shmup. See, STG is what I've heard STG before. Which doesn't make sense because it's not even English, apparently. But like, I've heard it before.
But yeah, this is just like a high-skill, like, arcade fucking romp. I love the hell out of it. It's so stylish. Most stylish game of 2022? Thank you, Forbes. Like, it's so fast-paced, it kicks ass. Go check out Swordship.
Yeah.
And it's $10. Do you have any other recommendations that you would recommend?
Potentially. Patience.
Patience, indeed. How about, Oh.
Yeah, hang on.
Go ahead.
I saw something.
You're getting there.
I did not see anything.
You did...
I will. I'm gonna get that. I'll do it. I'm doing it, Mel.
Yeah,
okay. On Guard is something that you mentioned last time. I think it has an even bigger sale now. It's 40% off.
No, it's the same sale I had before.
And it looks very...
Why are we repeating the same thing that we did last time, you fool?
I see, the thing is, I've watched The Mask of Zorro now. So now I feel like I would enjoy this game more. Between the recording session.
You should definitely pick up fucking On Guard at some point in your life. Because it is gay Zorro.
Yeah.
Even gayer Zorro, in fact. No.
Yeah, because Zorro is actually pretty gay, honestly. In the best way possible. It has like a ton of like, like the movie at least. Like Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins have something going on between them. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. But like, it is very, very fun. Great movie.
Yes.
Have you watched the movie?
Yes, as a kid, like a billion times. I love Zorro. And consequently, I love On Guard.
Hey.
So,
alright.
On to games that we haven't played.
Okay, this is a new one. Or an old one, depending on how you see it.
Put it in your back pocket. We'll go on to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which I have played. Do not let Steam having me have it as a wish-listed game suggest otherwise. Also, I didn't know it had DLC. Noted. This game is Jet Set Radio.
Oh, I've seen the... I remember watching the trailer for this at one of the Game Fests or something. It looks incredible.
And do you remember seeing it in my recording for the best games of the second half of the year?
Perhaps, I don't know.
It was
Don't
literally
quickly
the
know, they're not
first
very good at
one.
this, but yeah.
It was literally the first one I showed off in that. He's getting stun locked. Let's go.
No, I wanted to mention the what's it called? The description of the game. Bomber Cyberfunk is 1 second per second of advanced funk style. Interesting way of describing it.
Indeed.
Become All City. Is All City what?
Yes.
What is All City? Is All
It
City
means going
City-
basically being a gang which is like on the map across the whole city, right? That's what it's short for, like all city. Like you're an all city-wide gang, pretty much.
I see.
But they just say all city because it sounds cooler that way. It kicks so much ass. You beat up cops. 10 out of 10. So, do you have another recommendation?
Well, there is a game called. What is it even loading on my end? Yes, it is. Arguably, the only Sonic game worth playing, Sonic Mania, is
That is not
75%
true.
off currently.
That is literally not true. And I have to tell you that, or
I said
like
arguably.
a couple of my friends will beat the shit out of me. It is not arguable. Also, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3.
Like, is there any point? Like, I've played a lot of the Sonic games as a kid, and I didn't like them.
That's because you're bad.
Sonic Mania, true, but I kind of like did get a good kick out of Sonic Mania when I played it because they released it for free as part of a PS Plus bundle, a while back, and I know I think Sonic Mania is like probably all the good bits of the Sonic games. That not
Oh, your audio chopped up a lot.
fighting. Oh no.
Would you mind
Okay, let
repeating
me
that?
repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got Sonic Mania as part of a PS Plus bundle a while back, and it was pretty good. I liked it, and I think it has all the series' strengths and not too many of its weaknesses. I say that because I still don't particularly like the whole gameplay loop of Sonic.
Again, this is because you're
The
bad.
3D thing is just like, run really quick, but again, maybe. However, like, it's just like the entire thing. Oh yeah, you go as fast as you can, except not really, because it's not really you doing anything. It's just holding right on the D-pad. It's not that like.
Sonic is not
interesting to me.
about. The original Sonic games were not just about going fast, they were about the spectacle of it and also, like, balancing speed and accuracy and precision. That's what they were.
Yeah, but like
It was the
like,
later Sonic games where they
I-
just went pure into speed.
But wouldn't you think that like the major selling point of the old Sonic games was that like you could go really
Comparably.
quick and it looked like you're going,
Yes, but
and that's not something I think they stuck to that well. Like compare that to other platforming things like Mario or Mega Man and all those stuff, right? They were sold as like platformers. Mega Man had like the action aspect, and Mario had like the more childlike, the imagination of like all the stages and that kind of thing. And they both delivered on that. I don't think Sonic delivers on its selling point, which is speed. I don't think it ever did.
it's speed
Really
and
strong games are-
precision, but its selling point was that it was faster than every other game at the time, and it was. Like,
True,
you
but, like,
feel
I mean,
much faster than in Mega Man or in Mario or anything else like it.
don't know if that's true anymore though, because like at least in the modern Mario games, you can fly through them.
Modern
Honestly,
Mario.
more
We're talking about the classic ones. And also,
yeah, okay, but like that's the thing. So
even if you
Sonic
go into
Mania
modern
is-
ones,
yeah,
even if you go into modern ones, fucking Superstars is like fucking massively fasty, fuck, speedy. Like I played that
There
with
you go.
Girl Stream Team, and also that game is pretty good. It is. I
Okay.
like Superstars. It is well made. But
I don't think I played Superstar. I played the 3D Sonic, almost all the 3D Sonics, and I don't like any of them. But I didn't play the one that everyone says is actually really good.
Sonic Adventure.
Adventures. So like, yeah. So that might be on me.
Also, Sonic. Did you play
I also
Sonic
haven't played-
Generations?
Shadow. I is that the like the really new one? With,
No.
Like all the space agey stuff.
No.
Oh, that's
Generations
Frontiers,
is the
yeah.
one where you have the kid. You have like little
Oh,
kiddo
yeah, no, I
Sonic.
did play this. I didn't like it that much.
Okay, we have determined that you are bad.
Yeah.
So on to my next
My
recommendation.
favorite of the 3D Sonic games. Hang on. My favorite
Okay.
of the 3D Sonic games is probably the Black Knight one, when you could just like get a sword, because that was cool. You got you Sonic, but you had a sword. I like that.
That sounds like a Sonic OC. No, I know what Black Knight is. So my
Black
next recommendation is the 2 Point series.
2 Point. I think I know this one. Do I? Yes, I do. The 2 Point Hospital series. Yeah.
And 2 Point Campus as well. These are basically like
I didn't know they had
theme
another one.
hospital theme, like basically like the old fucking Bullfrog style of like building shit and making like your own little thing and running it. And it's by like old theme hospital devs. It's
Mhm.
gorgeous. It has like a great art style to it, and it is currently 66% off for Campus. I don't know how much 2 Point Hospital is. It's $14 in a bundle, which is $4 for.
Hospital is 80% off. 80% off is 2 Point Hospital.
So it's 76% overall for the whole series, or for at least the two main games, at least, not counting their DLCs. I've played both of them on Game Pass.
Oh, the
they roll.
DLCs are expensive. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's how they. That's how Sega lets it exist. Is it's not $60 for the games themselves, but the DLCs are Paradox level.
So it's basically what's going on with WB and Mortal Kombat. Just like squeeze every dollar out of it.
Yes, but these are good games, unlike modern Mortal Kombat.
Lies! I just
Quick.
check lies on this comic.
Quick, let's go on to the next game that I recommend. Since you'll just recommend something that doesn't that you don't even like. So next game is basically the best Sonic in a modern context, if we stretch it to just be for platformers where you play really fast. Valley.
Ali, alright.
This game is phenomenal. It is basically like an ecological Sonic, but first person, and it is exhilarating. I'm not the first person.
Gorgeous.
Yes, I'm not the first person to make
really
that
good, yeah.
observation. That's like Sonic. That would be Stephanie Serling. But yeah, this game rules. and it is currently $3.44. It's by the Slender developer, believe it or not. And also Citadel Forged in Blood, but I haven't played that one. Or Slender, for that matter.
It says Forged with Fire.
Whatever. They just slammed like 4 cool.
They forged it somehow.
Yeah, they forged it somehow. It could be forged in piss for all I care. So yeah. Also, the developers of Leap, which I'm not sure if that game. Oh, it still exists. I was about to say, but I haven't played that one either, so I'm not going to talk about it either.
Leap released this year to mixed reviews.
Well, it came out of early access this year. But yeah, it's basically like Battlefield. But Valley is fucking fantastic. I love Valley. Check out Valley for sure. Like, look at this. It's so pretty. Like, this is what high-res 3D games should look like, as far as I care. Like, it's not pure realism, but it just looks amazing. It's so gorgeous. Like, it still has a sense of magic to it. Unlike Injustice 2.
Hey, you have to build up to that.
Of course I was. You knew that was gonna happen.
Alright.
Deep in your soul.
Yeah. Okay, should I actually start talking about Justice 2 again?
No.
Oh,
but go ahead.
Do you think they've heard of
because you're not gonna...
Alright, yeah,
Are you gonna recommend something? That's the question.
I was actually looking at like this really interesting game I haven't heard about before.
Okay, save it for the your next turn, and I will show Injustice 2 while you talk about it.
Alright, so Injustice 2, aka the best game by NetherRealm Studios, which I don't think a single person in the world has this opinion. But,
not even you.
Yeah, no, except me. Except me until I can actually afford to play Mortal Kombat 1, because it's just way too expensive, the monetization's terrible at the moment. But, Injustice 2, terrific game. It's not really... It's a fine game, you don't play it for the story or anything like that. It's just to see like all your favorite DC characters come to life. I think the combat system is the most fleshed out and unique of all the NetherRealm titles. The way you string combos together is very universal and very easy at first, but because it's so accessible, you have this like really interesting flow state they could get into between combatants, and also the stages are huge, so it's really hard to like get in to certain fights and opponents to start with, which is why a lot of people don't like the game, to be honest. Like that's its most contentious point, is like how easy it is to like quote unquote zone out your opponent in Injustice 2. But I think it's a positive. I think it just gives you more variety in playstyle, and is overall the best fighting game of all time.
Counterpoint, the story fucking sucks. And this is a series which has so much pretenses of the story being the one good fighting game story. That was how it was sold to everyone for fucking like a decade, is Injustice is the one that has a good story. And then you actually read it and it's like, killing is bad! No, killing is good! No, killing is bad!
You used to like the Injustice story. You used to like the Injustice
No,
story.
I didn't! I gave it a 7 out of 10. I fucking remember this. And I was making fun of it then, too.
7 out of 10 is still...
That's because...
7 out of 10 is still liking it.
And I would drop it down to a 5 now. And that's because the fucking comic was rushed out of the fucking door. Like, you can tell because Bruno Redondo is not a bad artist by any stretch. Bruno Redondo is fucking amazing as an artist. But then you look at Injustice and it's like you fucking get that one art of Batman after... like... Superman punches through the Joker.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I just want to be clear. We're talking about Justice 1 and not 2.
No, I'm
But
talking
yeah.
about the Injustice comic right now. I haven't played Injustice 1 because fuck Injustice 1. I played Injustice 2. Injustice 2 sucks. I'm not going back. You've
Injustice
lost
1 is
me.
actually really fun as well. Injustice 1 has Deathstroke. Injustice 1 is what probably got me into comics, I think. But like, not into comics, but like into comics again. But yeah, no, like, Deathstroke's design in that game was so goddamn good. Like, I was really annoyed when it didn't come back with this. But yeah.
I do not like the comic. The comic is middling. And then you get into Injustice 2.
Have you read all the like 5 years of it, or have you only read?
No, I played year 1 or read year 1, and then I was like, I'm not gonna play Injustice 1 to get the rest of the story. It's not worth it.
No, but I think you missed out then, because like the later years of when it gets like really good, because
you say that, but people were
divert.
nutting themselves over Injustice 1 or the Injustice Year 1, and it was like, it literally is just killing is bad. No, killing is good. No, killing is bad. Oh, I just killed and enslaved an entire country of people. Okay, I guess killing is bad then. Good that we have this fucking clear answer.
The problem is, MJ, Injustice Year 1 and to an extent Year 5, right, have to be beholden to the video game, and the video game is very clear about like, okay, Superman is just like a proper villain in this game, and you have all these characters trying to stop him. How do you set that up? I know they kind of had to rush it. Years 2, 3, and 4 of that comic series, right? They had nothing to do with the video game series, so they just like went in these wacky fucking directions.
That's cool, but you have to read Year 1 to get to that point. And Year 1 is bad.
Year 1's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It is annoying as fuck, like, and people were.
It's not a masterpiece.
Listen, listen.
Like,
the fucking build up to something. If something is being sold to you as being the fucking best thing ever, and then it just turns out to be like, yeah, that exists. It fucking is not, like, you have all this build-up, you're expecting something which is at least good, and then it just turns out to be just like, wow, this is really annoying and overhyped.
Well,
the disappointment factor...
Superhero comic fans, we overhype everything. That's what we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
I don't. I fucking get me out of that we.
You've evolved. Yeah, no, because you've evolved past most of our species into reading actual comic books instead of just superhero stuff. But most people who just read like mainstream and Marvel and DC stuff like overhype like every single time Spider-Man like becomes edgy. Like, the amount of times I've heard people say, like, Ultimate Spider-Man is, like, this pedestal because, like, you know, they kill certain characters. Just like, okay, that's an interesting story choice. That does not mean, like, you know, the entire comic is pristine.
Listen. Captain Marvel by Peter David, the 2005 run starring Janice Vell, is one of the greatest comics ever made.
Is that the one that tied into Civil War?
I don't know. I don't fucking follow crossovers.
You don't follow. I mean, the OG Civil War, like that was.
Crossovers are a waste of time, money, and time, and money.
Ah, that's why piracy exists. But anyway, moving on to like, where you could buy video games with video game sale, because that is what this channel is about.
Not what the channel is about. The channel is about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. That's right, motherfuckers. We're going on Comixology. No. Comixology is dead. Here is an actually good video game, dear viewers. I know you've been waiting since Dan decided to talk about Injustice 2 apropos of nothing. No one else had mentioned it up until now. First-person Hooper, which I don't know if I talked about in the first one of these. Don't care. I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want on this channel, and this game rules. And
Are
also,
we meant to play this game at some point?
we could do a, like...
No, we.
Sorry?
I think we're meant to play regular human basketball. It got mixed
Yes.
up, yeah.
Yes, but we could do a score attack, which is something we've been teasing to each other for, like, 1 week, like,
This is
5 months ago. But First Person Hooper rules. This game is fantastic. It is just like... I think I did it during the lightning round last time. This game rules, though. Go pick it up. Also, was I in the leaderboard there? In the trailer?
How would you be in the leaderboard, though?
I was not. Because I'm on the top of the leaderboard, or at least I was last time I was playing it.
Oh wow.
So I was like, did they actually do like a new trailer with it? Also, the developer personally thanked me for it after a certain point, and I was just like, you're very nice.
That's lovely.
This game rules, and it's another solo devved game. And it's just...
Okay.
This is one of the best games of the year, by far. So, what is your game that you would like to recommend next?
Okay, I wouldn't like to recommend the game because again I haven't played it, but it
Mhm.
looks incredibly interesting. I think it's in early access now. It's called the Outlast Trials.
Yes, it is. Outlast Trials, that is in early access. It comes out of early access in about March of next year, I think.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it looks gorgeous. It looks terrific. And it's apparently a co-op game.
Yeah, it's a co-op horror game.
If you survive long enough and complete the therapy module, will you be the same? So I'm guessing it's... Is it like one of those story games? Like a story co-op
I
game,
don't
or
know,
is
I
it,
haven't played it.
a zombie game?
I don't know.
Once again, neither of us have played the game, it just looks cool, but that's kind of the... I think this is like an acceptable use of the viewer's time, because I think it's cool and they might buy it.
Well, I would think it would be more
It is-
interesting if we discussed games that they haven't probably heard of, and it is more likely that they have heard of the Outlast Trials, considering it is the third in a massive series of horror games. If you were
Is it?
going... If you were going...
I didn't know this. I just...
If you were going to know about...
Oh, the part of the Outlast games. Oh, I didn't know.
Gee, I wonder what could
Okay,
have
literally
told you
has it
about
in the
that.
title. Very true.
Injustice 2! I think this might be part of the Cadence of Hyrule
Second
series.
There you go. Oh god. Okay, now I feel a bit foolish. However, it still looks very cool.
A bit foolish.
I am a bit surprised that I did
Now.
not know what that was. I mean, it's a generic title, isn't it? It's just like, alright, the Outlast Trials, alright, they're trialing something, it's probably...
It's also by
zombie
Red
game.
Barrels. It starts... The Steam description is like Red Barrels invites you. No one gives a fuck about who Red Barrels are unless they've actually done something before. Like, imagine... Oh, Starch Digital invites you. Unless you're doing something cheeky as fuck, that is immediately gonna
Dahl
write
would
people off.
I mean, like, I wouldn't be opposed to, like, you know, Disco Elysium being promoted as Zaum invite you to the wonderful
Yeah, but if
world
they
of
did that,
Red-
like, 8 months ahead of it release, people would be like, what the fuck? So,
I mean, they could still do it. It would just be like, look at the balls of these people. Like, that's cool. Like, you know, I'd go...
so I have a recommendation for a game, Arcade-ageddon.
Arcade what?
Arcade-ageddon.
Didn't quite catch it.
I will-
Arcade-ageddon.
I will send it in the chat. It's like,
I got it.
why is it only mostly positive? This game fucking rips ass. This is like a co-op roguelite third-person shooter. and it is one of the
Oh,
funnest
we've played
games of the
a
year.
few of those by now.
We were planning on doing it, but we'll have to look into that at some point. A lot of people immediately wrote this off as a Fortnite clone because they're fucking idiots. And they haven't played video games.
Yeah, they're probably they are almost certainly fucking idiots. However, it does look very similar to Fortnite. You can't.
I mean, the art style, if you write it off as just being cartoonish and third person, but the game is a lot more colorful. Like, the art direction is way different. Like, look at this. This is...
Not, is it?
It is.
It's like a dark version of Fortnite.
It is.
But, like, it's not really.
It is.
Different. I not even just saying, like, you know, the art style, the direction specifically isn't that different. It's like
the character designs, when you get to, like, the alien-looking people, yes. They are definitely not Fortnite. Their character models are very different.
Kind of Fortnite-ish.
The environments?
Gunplay looks Fortnite.
I mean, any cartoonish, like, third-person shooter is going to have environments that are going to be comparable to Fortnite, like, on a surface level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's very fair. But again, the combat...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying this trying to get at all, no.
That's because you're the foolish. No. But yeah, this game has fantastic combat. It feels fucking amazing to play. Like, look at how fucking smooth it is. It's just, oh, I love the hell out of it. Again, one of the funnest games of the year, by far. Like, the combat is just so good. And also, disclosure, I got a review code for it from the developers, blah 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 blah. People also got mad at it because it came out on Epic at first, and it's like, who cares? What are we, in 2019 still? Anyways. Come on.
But, however, that being said, like, I had to get an Epic account for the Rifleman, it is annoying. And, like, I can kind of see, like...
That's different. This isn't... You don't have to get an Epic account for Arcade to get in.
But then everyone just shut the fuck up.
You just have to buy it on... You just have to buy it on the Epic Store. Instead of Steam. And people are like, no! Something being exclusive to another storefront that isn't GOG? Which has happened before.
Yeah, GOG had, like, quite a few games.
Also, Itch.io.
They still do.
Yeah. So it's like, why do you complain like this? If you don't want to buy the game at this point, okay, just wait for it to get onto Steam then. Anyways,
Oh, God. It's one of those classic, you know, it's, okay, I get it's capitalism, but it's not my kind of capitalism kind of things. Like, oh yeah, no, you have to do it this way. It's just irritating.
yeah, it's really annoying. Also, Steam did the same fucking thing when it came out, like when Steam first started, and people were like, "How dare you only have it be digital fucking shit? We want boxed PC games." And it was like, eventually people fucking were like, okay, you know. So it's just
now, most
like...
computers don't even have, like, CD players, yeah. I had to buy one if I wanted to get DVDs running.
Yeah, it's wild. But, anyways, have you found another lamb for the...
Recommendation?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, but unfortunately it's a free game, so there's no real offer on it. But,
is there DLC on sale?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about it now. Mold. I don't know if we talked about it last time.
Oh, yes.
I don't think we did.
No, because we didn't play it
talk about Mold?
before. We didn't play it until afterwards.
Okay, yes. So yeah, Mold, we played this once on a recording. Had a lot of fun with it.
It's already up
it
now.
Does have... It's already free, so you're not saving money. And also the funny thing about Mold is that, like, there is some kind of microtransaction in the game. Both me and Melody couldn't find how to actually purchase the microtransaction.
It looks like you may be able to buy characters or something, is my guess.
Yeah, but how?
We couldn't find
we
it.
both tried. We couldn't find it. So maybe there is a way to like spend money on this game.
There is.
We'll never know, and it's not. Yeah,
But we just don't know.
we just don't know.
But it
But yeah, no, gameplay is the gunplay is terrific. My only gripe with the game was the fact that there's no progression. It doesn't feel like there's any good progression other than numbers going up. You fight the same enemies again and again. You fight in one arena the entire time. There's not
there are different
really
arenas
that much
though.
other than like.
It's just a score
But
attack
like,
game.
if you're in one arena, yeah, it's a score attack game, which where you just judge by like the amount of rounds you do. But even compared to like other games similar to like, I would put this in the same genre as like a Call of Duty zombie game, right? And because like that's also like you're trapped in one arena and you're just like trying to last the amount of rounds. There's no way of like quote unquote winning.
Yeah,
Or,
waves.
remember,
It's just a wave horde mode game.
It's just a wave game. Yeah, it's a horde mode game, right? But even in that game, you could unlock different parts of the map. You'd expand it and stuff like that. And I remember telling Melody that like it would have been this game would have been incredibly cool if you could somehow find a way to link the different maps that the game already has. And that would have made the game just like open up so much more. As it stands, it doesn't have that. But that being said, it is very regularly updated. I think we got an update just 2 months ago, and
I wouldn't call that very regular, but still, yeah.
Not very. I mean, it's been a year and it's still getting updates.
Yeah.
And it's a solo developed game, which was incredibly impressive to me. I had no clue. And yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a lot of fun.
For sure. So the next recommendation I have is Midnight Girl. Now, this is a stealth point-and-click adventure, which is inspired by BDs, like Tintin and whatnot.
Hey.
And also heist films from the
Destiné.
60s. Yes.
See, I know French. I know what that stands for.
This game kicks ass. It is just very well designed, very natural feeling. It's gorgeous. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Like the story is interesting, well told. The gameplay serves it well in terms of conveying that story. So yeah, just easy recommendation. And it is currently 15%
like
off.
my exact kind of game, honestly.
And it's got a demo as well.
Definitely will check out the demo at some point because I know I like French 60s films. Fun.
Yeah.
I think it's Le Cercle Rouge. Looks quite like that. The Melville film. It was very fun.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we're almost at an hour, aren't we?
53 minutes.
53.
So
do you have any more, Red? Or do you want to do like a quick fire thing?
Yeah, we could do a quick fire thing. So, my next recommendation is Cobalt Core. And
I think we covered that before, but
no,
do this quick
it
fire.
hadn't come out until after we did that video. So no.
I've heard about it before. Did you upload something about it?
Yeah, I did. 2
Oh,
videos.
okay, that's where.
This is a deck builder with like very nice tactics to it. Oh, but yeah, it just looks amazing. It feels great. The combat or the battle system is really nice. The music is fantastic, and it has like a really nice story, thread going through it.
Yeah, no, it looks gorgeous as well.
Yeah, it's just if I had to describe it, it is kind of like the obligatory roguelite deck builder of the year, which breathes new life into the genre because it it has such a unique combat system to it.
I see. But yeah, all right. So we are nearing the end of the video. So I have 2 recommendations. I'll just blitz through them. One is like a franchise, like a AAA franchise that wasn't on sale last time we did it. The Assassin's Creed franchise.
No.
I know. Yeah. I know Ubisoft are the most popular people in the world. I know
They're one of the worst
as a franchise
publishers.
somewhat fallen off a cliff in terms of like mainstream popularity as of late.
Deservedly
But
so.
I still think like the first few Assassin's Creed games are terrific. Like I played them a while back. They kind of hold up to an extent.
Kind
And
of.
like they kind of hold up. Like they don't hold up completely. They do hold up in ways. Black Flag definitely holds up. I think that might now be my favorite Assassin's Creed game, honestly. Black Flag. Origins was kind of fun, but just also tanked the rest of the franchise because it just became an RPG for no goddamn reason. But,
That's because people got tired of fucking Syndicate and all that shit, so then they were like, oh shit, we have to pivot.
Because the weird thing about Syndicate was that like combat became so kind of. I saw people like complaining the combat was too hard. I thought the combat, like I played on like the hardest difficulty. I thought combat was too easy in that game because you could just walk. Like probably one of my biggest gaming memories of that time period was walking into Buckingham Palace, which in Assassin's Creed Syndicate is like the most heavily defended part of the city, which is probably true to real life. And you just walk into it, you have all these guards come at you, and you could like literally fight every single one of them at the same time and win. Kinda easily if you just know what you're doing with the combat. And that's like a growing trend. You could actually feel your way through if you play through the franchise. It gets combat. You get too many options in hand-to-hand combat to the point where there's no point of going stealth because it's just way quicker to just walk through and beat everyone up.
According to Yahtzee, that's also a problem with the new one. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Well, the one in India, Mirage? Yeah.
Yeah. It's on Steam, it looks like.
Interesting. So, yes, they kept some traditions going. That's great to hear. And another game I want to point out, this is a game I haven't played, but I really do want to, and I love this developer. The new RoboCop game.
Oh,
Rogue
RoboCop.
City, I had it pulled up.
Yeah.
But it's lost now, but you can pull it up on your end so they can actually see it.
It's
but,
an
yeah.
FPS.
I think
It's an FPS RPG.
30% off or something?
It's $35 and it's normally $50, I think.
Is it 30% off?
I don't know if that's 30% off. I haven't done the math. Yes, it is.
Alright, hang on. Yeah, okay. RoboCop.
It is.
It looks great. Take-On that made the really. Okay, Take-On didn't make it, but I'm pretty sure the publisher behind this game was also behind the Terminator game, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Teon did make that. Why do you keep unmuting yourself, Steam?
Oh, okay, just not on Steam.
No, it is on Steam. Teon did. It's just that Nacon, when you go onto Teon, it probably brings up Nacon. Oh no, it did. Oh, it's just not under their developer profile. Yeah. But it says on there, we are best known as the creators of Terminator Resistance.
I see.
They also made the...
Resistance is...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
They also made the shitty Rambo game.
Which one is that?
I don't think it's on Steam anymore, but everyone... That was like... Everyone was like, this is the worst game of 2014. Yeah, it's not on Steam.
Oh, okay, no, I remember people talking about that, because they kept referring to the Terminator game as like a redemption arc or some shit like that.
Yeah, but that's... I don't even think it's really like a redemption arc. It just means that the developers didn't get much
They made a bad game. They made good games. Yeah, like they had a lot more
Or
freedom with the Terminator franchise, I think.
well, it's also worth keeping in mind that a lot of the times developers don't get much, assistance from their publishers, and then they end up coming out with a bad game, and then people are blaming the developers for it, and it's like,
yeah, and I think you should. It's worth noting that RoboCop Rogue City has a lot of backing from the people who made the films as well. Like you even got like a Frank returning to the role in the voice, and you have like a lot of people giving their roles. You have like a lot of licensed things from the film, so like this is clearly, I wouldn't say it's hands-on from the people from the movies, but like they had a lot of faith in them, which you couldn't even say about like Terminator Resistance game. So
I mean, that's basically still the same thing where just a bunch of fans made it. From what I understand of this game, it's not as satirical as RoboCop was. At least not the original RoboCop. Obviously, Frank Miller, fuck that pooch.
Frank Miller, yeah, it's like, I was just like, alright, how satirical do you think RoboCop 2 was, Melody? Alright.
I know, you know I'm always teeing myself up for a Frank Miller insult.
Gross, this is true. Is there anything about Frank Miller you actually like?
I mean, I love all I love all human beings, you know. I believe in the potential of all human beings to make something great, but no.
We're still waiting for Frank Miller, alright.
Frank Miller is in the poop house forever.
Oh, I remember liking one thing Frank Miller made. I kind of liked Returns. Like, I wasn't like... Returns is a great example of what we were talking about before, with like, you know, comic book fans overhyping like every single thing. Like, Returns is nowhere near as like great as everyone mentioned it to be.
Well,
although it did serve as a catalyst for the best superhero film of the last like 10-15 years. So
I will say, Dan, I may have expected you to have said, oh yeah, I did like one thing Frank Miller worked on, Holy Terror. I was about to be like, what the fuck? Abort.
Why do you think I'd say Holy Terror?
I didn't. I just wanted to drop that mindfuck on you.
I love Robert Rodriguez. Hated Sin City. I think it's like his worst film. So yeah.
Okay, but what about 300? No.
Oh shit! Yeah, I thought Miller was behind 300. Damn. I haven't read the comic. I like Snyder, and I kind of like. It's not Snyder's best movie, but it's still pretty decent, I think.
The comic is, from what I understand, very homophobic, and I am done reading Frank Miller comics. He has run out of chances. So on to actually good things. Heart of Battle. This is a text RPG. It's a gladiatorial text RPG. Very horny, and it is one of the few games where you actually get to choose if you want to be trans in the start of it. And it's also a game where being asexual doesn't mean being aromantic. Phenomenal representation. If I had played this in 2022, it would have been one of my games of the year. It is terrific. It is gay as fuck. You get to bite a woman's nose off and then get fucked by a Dami mommy. Terrific.
I don't understand how the second half would be gay as fuck. I'm not entirely sure how biting a woman's nose off is.
It's the gladiatorial part.
I'll leave it to you.
That's not horny. That's just It
Oh,
just goes
okay.
hard as
Okay,
fuck.
that's just Gladiators.
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
I
I'm
thought
not
you were
into
talking about, like,
vor.
that being a part of the horny appeal. I just like.
No, I'm not.
Alright,
I'm not
that's
into vor. I'm not into consensual cannibalism. Um, Heart of
Is
Battle
that
though, I
actually
am into it. Um,
consensual cannibalism?
yes.
Interesting.
So next up is Good Ball Volcano High. That's my next recommendation. If you have a problem with that, go die. Any dear viewers, you are no longer dear viewers.
The whiplash from the whiplash from. Oh my god.
But no, seriously, some people are fucking not well with some of the shit they're saying about this game. Just complete lies. Anyways, this game is gay as fuck. It's one of the best games of the year. Go play it. I'm gonna talk about it a lot more in a couple of weeks, so don't be surprised when that comes up. This game rules. No, I will take 0 arguments against this. It rules.
I will one day play this because I always want to play this game. So I'm going into it.
Next up is
But
I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, which is published by the publisher of Chicory, Overland, which they also developed, Tunic, and Night in the Woods.
oh, Findry, I know Findry. Yeah, I played Chicory.
Oh yeah, I know them. I've played Mortal Kombat 1. So yeah, this is a narrative RPG, like they say. You get to kind of do like text adventure sorts of stuff, but it also is very gorgeous. It isn't a pure text RPG, like something published by by Choice of Games. And it is just fantastic.
Oh, this is gorgeous. This looks amazing.
The storyline is phenomenal. It has just so much love and craft to it. And it has some mindfuck moments to it. And also some child death, so
If only I'd
keep
played this
that.
game. I would have played this game if it didn't have cards in it, but it has cards, so no.
I mean, you can ignore them,
Looks good.
at least in the early parts of it. And the game is
Is
only
there
about...
like a difficulty selector?
I think there is, where you can skip
Okay.
or limit
You
the...
can just like put it in easy and just like skip all the battles, yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just skip all battles just automatically, or at the start of the battle you can choose, I think.
There's a mod of the Witcher 3 game engine that like swaps all the like in-game combat for Gwent battles, and I would just die if I played that game, like in real life. Like that would be the worst thing.
If you play
In
the
the
game, you
world.
die in real life.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like the movie gamer.
So, next up is... Yeah, but you just immediately die if you play it. Also, Black Myth Wukong is on my wish list. I need to remove that. But anyways,
Have you played it?
no. But it should not be wishlisted on my end. So next up, we'll be discussing Mythic Ocean, which is kind of like... It feels a lot like Hypnagogia, which I discussed last time, but only if it was under the water, like the under the water section, and if it was less terrifying than the under the water section in Hypnagogia. Like, it's just delightful.
This looks cute. This looks like it's just like chatting with like a few friends.
Yeah, chatting with your underwater friends who you're trying to ascend to godhood, I think.
Oh. Intéressant.
But yeah, this just is a fantastic game. It was originally self-published by the developers of it, but now it's been picked up by Untold Tales as the publisher. It only has
One of
84.
the selling points of the game is apparently the fact that there is no death, no combat, and no failure.
Yeah, it's just pure, like, trying
It's
to get...
chatting with your mate.
Yeah, just trying to get the best outcomes. It's just a pure dialogue game, pretty much.
More like this Hogwarts Legacy. That's like, oh my god.
No!
What does this have to do with Hogwarts Legacy?
You need to set yourself to ignore Hogwarts Legacy so that you don't get people or Steam trying to recommend Hogwarts Legacy to you. Hogshits Luigi, I'm sorry, I forgot its correct name. This game is mega underrated though, only 84 user reviews, though it does have 97% of them being positive, so...
Oh god, this recommended for this game. No death, no combat, no failure. This is a peaceful game of underwater exploration with friends. I know what's like this. Cyberpunk 2077. What are you talking about?
I will say, one of the cool things about this game is that it feels so nice to swim around in it. Like, the swimming just is so nice. And also, you get this little guy. I love this little feller that I'm showing.
Alright, but I'm gonna say something very controversial, MJ. I like swimming in almost every game. I think like the water levels are like terrible, but like the act of swimming in video games is just very calming to me.
Well, this is first person swimming. It feels so nice. You can just fucking... It feels wonderful. And my final recommendation this time, I don't know if I already talked about it last time, is Adore, which is another game I received review code for. Love the hell out of it. It's basically What If Diablo, but Pokemon. Sort of.
Hey.
Basically, you collect monsters, and then you can use them as... Well, not use them, but you can summon them to fight for you in battle. And they're basically like your attacks. So it is like one of the few games which feels like you're... Like, it totally nails the power fantasy of being like this uber powerful shaman character, just fucking summoning your fucking team of like monsters to fight for you. It's so smooth, so well designed. It looks gorgeous as well. One of the best games.
How's the demo?
Indeed. I had been keeping my eyes on this game for like a couple of years, and then like the publisher sent me a review code for it, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm talking about this game." Like it
Nice.
came out like in early access a few years ago.
Only a few months ago, yeah.
No, it came out
Only came out
in
properly.
early access a few years ago. It came out of early access back in August. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely pick up Adore. It's 30% off, so $6 off currently in US. But yeah, I think that is a good selection of games to recommend this time around.
Yeah, we went on for a while, and unlike last time, we mostly talked about games we actually played.
I mean, you still slid it in like a couple that we're discussing, but we did that the first time around as well.
I think like at least but at least some of the topics were worth discussing. I think like, yeah, and it wasn't like me just like picking up poor Lords of the Fall. I feel really bad about that.
I mean, we didn't really pick on
It's
it.
like finding I mean, I kind of did. It's just like, hey, look, this game looks like a bad Dark Souls quality without playing it. It just that was dumb. But yeah.
But
Who
yeah,
knows? I'm sorry, Lords of the Fallen. I'm glad that you're now positively reviewed on Steam
for the recent reviews.
for the recent reviews by 1%, which, you know, it counts. Every little helps.
Indeed. But yeah, thank you for sticking around, anyone who's been watching the full video to this point. We've gotten to 1 hour and 14 minutes, or 15 about, by the time
Ooh.
this
Might be our
pops up.
longest recording.
I don't think so, but that may just be by virtue of us streaming before. But yeah,
Honestly.
absolutely cannot recommend Adore enough. And all of the games we've discussed, except for Injustice 2 and the games that we have not played at all, or the games.
Lies. Injustice 2.
Also, do not buy Ubisoft games. Just pirate them. Fuck Ubisoft. Horrible company. And yeah, it is morally, desirable to pirate Ubisoft games. Do not pirate the other games unless you have to, I guess. Morals of piracy are not what we're discussing this time. But yeah. Cheers.